Good afternoon, tubers. Matt M. Roy back once again, back to you with a live food review. That is right. Many of you have requested this video for a long time or one like it. And I figured let's go ahead and try this live. I have no idea how this is going to go. This is definitely an experiment. Yeah, I'll be perfectly honest. I am a little apprehensive about eating this, as the thumbnail suggested, just because of the way it was presented and packaged. But I'm going to do it for you out there in YouTube land. So I'm going to wait maybe 2, 3 minutes. Let's see how many people we can get here. I'm thinking people are probably just getting off their work and getting on to their lunch break. So maybe a bunch of you guys will watch me from the lunch break. Wearing the suspenders today, trying to kick it Urkel-like. And everybody has commented about these being like Urkel suspenders. Matter of fact, this morning when I was going downstairs, my mom went to the back and did that. So yeah. All right. So what I have for everybody today is a food review of the Fusia Asian Inspirations Philadelphia roll with smoked salmon and what is it? Oh, sorry, cold smoked sockeye salmon. You can see it right there. Now, this came from Aldi. This was $5.79 here in my area. Prices may vary depending on where you live. I'm going to go over the nutrition facts real quick, and then we'll go into the methods of preparation. So, nutrition facts. It is 160 calories, 5 grams of fat, 2 grams saturated. We have 15 milligrams of cholesterol, 270 milligrams of sodium, 21 carbohydrates, and 5 grams of sugar. That is per serving. So 5 pieces, and there are 3 servings in here. So what does that make it? About 580 calories for this whole thing. And I am going to try to eat this whole thing, folks. Now, there are 3 ways that you can prepare this. Number one is the microwave method, where you put 4 to 6 pieces on a tray and you put them in there for 20 seconds. Then you turn the pieces over, put them in again for another 20 seconds. And this is basically just to thaw them. And then there's the water boil method, submerge them in cold water for 30 minutes to thaw them. And then there's the method that I have chosen, which is called the room temperature method. You take the desired number of pieces out of the tray, place them on a plate, covered, and thaw for 2 hours. Now, what I've actually done is I kept these in the fridge overnight, took them out about an hour ago, so they are right at the proper temperature. Some of the ingredients here. Water rice, smoked sockeye salmon, salt, Alaskan pollock. Okay, so we got a mix of fishes in here. That's fine. Wheat starch, corn starch, natural wood smoke, contains 2% or less of a whole bunch of other ingredients. But I don't see anything in here that is really standing out to me as super bad. So this is decent for those of you out there that are maybe on a low-fat, low-carb diet. It is a little high in sodium. That is expected. Most Chinese dishes are, or Asian-inspired dishes are. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. Now, this is what it looks like. I have to say the preparation is very good. Now, I have seen some Philadelphia rolls that are a little different than this. Namely, I've seen ones that also have pieces of avocado in there. This one, particular one, doesn't. You do have your cream cheese. You have your fish. In this case, the sockeye salmon and the Alaskan pollock, wrapped around your rice, and then you have sesame seeds on the outside. So let's go ahead and pull one of these out and give you guys a close-up. You can see right there the cream cheese on the bottom. I'm assuming this is the Alaskan pollock, and then right down there you have the sockeye salmon. So you have a good selection of different fish there. You can see you have the sesame seeds on the outside. I do like these sesame seeds. Honestly, that's one of my favorite things to have. Now, in the package came with 2 things of soy sauce, and also came with 1 thing of wasabi sauce. Now, before I did this live stream, I made sure I ate some bread because wasabi sauce is very spicy, and if you're not used to it, it can be harsh on your stomach. So I've also came prepared with some coffee that has quite a bit of half and half in it. And interestingly enough, if you're having problems with, if you after you eat something spicy and your tongue's stinging, anything with dairy or milk is a good thing to ingest, because that'll go ahead and that will dissipate the capsaicin, which actually makes this hot. So let's go ahead. I'm going to open this up real quick. I have my trusty scissors here, and we'll go ahead and put a little bit of the wasabi sauce on the plate. And I can tell you already, this does not look like the greatest wasabi sauce. And I'll leave a little bit there. You can kind of see if the camera will focus on it. It is very mealy and highly processed. So right off the bat, I have to say, not all that impressed with the wasabi sauce. Smell test, yeah, it definitely smells like it's a highly processed soy sauce. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and try one with just the wasabi sauce, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a little of the soy sauce to it. So without further ado, I don't know, folks. I may have made a big mistake doing this, but we're going to try it anyway. So I'm going to take a little wasabi, stick it thusly onto the piece of sushi. By the way, this is cooked. This is not raw sushi, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, what I do for you folks out there. Let's give it a try. Wow. Ooh. Right away. Wow. I can taste the wasabi sauce. Now, I'm used to eating spicy things, so it really doesn't faze me that much. Instantly, I could feel it go in my sinuses and open my sinuses up. So that's really a plus for eating this type of sushi with the wasabi sauce. And yes, some people may argue it's not true sushi unless it's raw, but that's not the case. Sushi can be either cooked or raw. I've eaten it either way. But I do have to say, for it being frozen, it is not super mealy. There is a little bit of mealiness to it because of it being frozen, but it's not terrible. The rice, if I could break a piece off, is very good. It's cooked properly. It's not like it's real old, super starchy. Take a bite of that just as it is. You can see the piece of kelp right there. You can see that right there. I believe that's what they call that. I don't want to say seaweed, but it's basically a sea vegetable there. But I'm going to go ahead and take another taste. I'm going to go ahead and finish this one off, actually. Get a sip of coffee here. I do have to say, the cream cheese in this is superb. I've had Philly rolls in the past where the cream cheese was very milky, was not creamy at all. It almost like they made it with skim milk or something. This is very fresh tasting, very, very good. Almost like the cream cheese was freshly made before they actually put it into the Philly roll. So Aldi, I got to give you kudos for that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and mix a little bit of soy sauce or soy sauce, depending on how you say it, into the wasabi here. And yeah, I'll probably make a mess, but that's okay. That's why I brought a plate up here. I'll use about half of it. I'm going to go ahead and try to do what they do in the sushi restaurants. Now, here's the problem. I'm going to show you this right off the bat. Hopefully, I can get a good photo of this. But you see you see how the wasabi is not mixing well with the soy sauce there. You see how it's kind of clumping up. That is going to be my one complaint, because if you were in a sushi restaurant and they had really good wasabi, that would not do that. The wasabi would mix very, very well into the soy sauce. And as you can see, I mean, I can even take my knife here and kind of mix it around a little bit. Like I'm mixing this pretty well. You can see, if I can get a close-up in there, that it's still very, very mealy, and it's not mixing well at all with that soy sauce. So not surprised there. I mean, again, it's a frozen product, so it's very hard to keep that fresh wasabi taste. Let's go ahead and give it another try here. This time I'm just going to dip it in. I'm sorry, folks. It's very hard for me to eat with my mouth closed, so I'm going to do this. I think you guys can still hear me, though it might be kind of muted. There we go. Yeah, about the same. I have to say that I like the sesame seeds. That was a nice touch by Aldi. I don't usually see Philly rolls with sesame seeds, and if they have them, they're not usually that well populated with sesame seeds. So far, if I'm going to do a rating on this from, say, 1 to 5, that's usually what a lot of the food reviewers do, I would give this a 3.5. The reason I wouldn't give it any higher than that for 2 reasons. One, the mealiness of a little bit of the mealiness of the rice. And number 2, and this is the big one for me, the wasabi sauce is terrible. I mean, this is actually some of the worst wasabi sauce I have ever had. It's mealy. It's not even all that spicy, to be honest with you. So what I would suggest is if you get this from Aldi, maybe go to an Asian grocery store and just buy yourself some wasabi sauce, or you can even make it at home. It's really, I think it's horseradish, avocado. I'm not exactly sure, but I know it can be made at home very easily. Oh, excuse me. And I knew that was going to be a problem with my sinuses, so I did come prepared. There, you guys can look at the package while I blow my nose here. Give you guys another close-up of the package. Again, $5.79. Believe it or not, it is not a great deal for this. I can get the same thing fresh at Kroger for maybe $2 more. So it's a good deal, but not necessarily a great deal. Does supposed to be simple, sustainable seafood. It also has the Certified Sustainable Seafood, MSC. I don't believe it's organic, though. Is it non-GMO? No, it doesn't boast to be organic or non-GMO, so you're not really getting anything super special with this. But again, I have to say, it is a decent tasting sushi, a decent tasting Philly roll. Is it better than what you can get in the store? Like if you go to Kroger or Harris Teeter in my area and have them freshly prepared? No, I would rather have it that way all day long because at the same time, they'll give you much better wasabi sauce. So again, my rating on this is going to be 3.5 out of 5. So it's decent. I would recommend this. So what do we got? We got 6 people here. Mark Covington's here. He's asking about the soy sauce. Yeah, it's good soy sauce. It really is. I have to say that part they did get right here. The only real complaint I have, other than the slight mealiness of the rice in the sushi, is the wasabi sauce is just terrible. So let's go ahead and give it one more taste here. Oh, got a little bit of the rice on my finger there. Mm. Mm. The sesame seeds really do add quite a bit of flavor to this. And once again, if you look at the rice on my finger there, it's actually pretty dry. So that mealiness of the rice was only, okay, I'm seeing what happened. It was only on the ones that were on the outside because it came in a tray like this of 15. So what you do, the ones on the outside, what will happen is you'll get some condensation that'll build up inside because even though they vacuum seal it, it's not perfect. So what happened was the ones on the outside that got that moisture, that condensation, are the ones where the rice got mealy. I just ate one that was in the middle here, And for the most part, that one wasn't mealy at all. And I would not be surprised. The next one I take is going to be from here in the center. And if I go all around this, if you see there, there's no mealiness of the rice at all. So that's what happened there. There was just obviously some moisture that got in there. But let's see, what else do I want to say about this? I'm not going to go too much longer, folks. I was planning on eating every one, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. These are extremely filling. So what you're going to want to do, if you can't finish this in one day, go ahead and refreeze it, because you're only supposed to have this out of in a thawed state for 24 hours. After that, they say you got to refreeze them. So that's really all I have to say about this. Is anybody here that has any questions? At this point, I want some more recommendations. If you enjoy these food review videos, let me know what you want to see, and I will definitely read the comments afterwards. I have another one of these that I want to do. Another sushi, again, fully cooked. That one is a spicy crab, which I'm really excited about, because I've actually had Philly rolls before, but I've never had a spicy crab. So let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. Mark Covington wants to see egg rolls. Yeah, absolutely. I can do egg rolls. Matter of fact, we used to make those at home ourselves. You can actually get the egg roll coating itself at the Asian supermarkets, and you can fill it with whatever you want. So, folks, that is it for this food review of the Fusia Philly roll with cold smoked sockeye salmon. Thank you for coming to this. Please continue to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.